students from Christian Brothers Universities in AACP here to speak on the Civilian Law Enforcement Review Board ordinance. And I know that is under our consent agenda, but I would like for them to stand and be recognized. And if you would be so kind as, after we pass this, to allow them to say a few words, that's totally under your discretion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, typically we do not let people speak on first reading. Without objection, I will yield to Councilmember Collins' suggestion.
We can do this after we take the vote.
It'll be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Conrad, 1 second, please, sir. You have the floor.
Just a clarification for the record, I'm not a sponsor of Ordinance 42.
That's the way this is written.
Well, I thought it was, it's what the way I thought it was supposed to be was the chairman was on the left of the committee and then the sponsor is in the caption.
Okay, so this was your committee to chair, correct? So your name should have been on the left side,
right,
where it says consent.
Not sponsored by.
Not sponsored by.
I think it's sponsored by Councilman Flynn, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just trying to correct the record, that's all. Thank you very much.
Correct the record. Thank you so much. Okay, time to vote. Someone come up from the students that Mr. Collins has recommended. Anyone?
William Boyd, yes. Berlin Boyd, yes. Brown, yes. Collins, yes. Conrad, yes. Flynn, yes. Fully Love, yes. Ford, yes. Halbert, yes. Hedgepeth, yes. Morrison, yes. Strickland, yes. Chairman Lowry, yes.
That item passes. State your name and address for the record. You have 2 minutes.
Taylor Flake, Christian, 650 East Parkway South, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. I am a student at Christian Brothers University and the president of CBU's collegiate chapter of the NAACP. This morning in committee, some people suggested that we delay the passage of a new club ordinance until Director Armstrong has had a chance to work with club under the present rules. This is not okay. With due respect to Mr. Armstrong, depending on individuals doing the right thing is the exact reason we got here in the first place. Even if he is true to his word and works diligently with CLERB, he will not be here forever. The board needs the lawful authority to demand compliance because a toothless board is a useless board. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, the board needs subpoena power. It needed it 20 years ago, and it needed it 10 years ago, and it needs it now. We've waited long enough. Members of the council, I urge that you, just like the mayor when he presented his 2016 budget for the fiscal year, vote in a way that will be a good investment for the lives of the citizens of Memphis. Thank you.
Thank you. We have 2 more students. Samuel, help me pronounce your last name, young man.
Tapel Joe.
Tapel Joe.
Yes, sir.
State your name and address for the record.
Samuel Tapel Joe, 650 East Parkway South. The Citizen Law Enforcement Review Board was first passed the ordinance in 1994, which also happened to be the same year that I was born. In the 21 years that I've had to grow and develop on this earth, the Citizen Law Enforcement Review Board has not had the same opportunity to do so as well. And I say so respectfully when I say this, but it is almost a joke compared to when you look at the enforcement review boards in cities like Chicago and other cities around this great nation. What I want to do is encourage you members of the board to take this very seriously and consider, to use a metaphor that my president used, giving the board the teeth to do what it needs to do in order to keep our citizens safe here in Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. DeAndrea Sanders.
My name is DeAndrea Sanders, 3517 Bradley Road. I'm also a student of Christian Brothers University and secretary for the NAACP chapter at our school. I believe stronger civilian oversight of police is necessary to make sure that the process for filing complaints with MPD is fair and accessible for everyone in Memphis. And as a young civilian of Memphis, I also believe that I will feel much safer if the MPD were held actually accountable for their actions. Please support the ordinance for a stronger civilian law enforcement review board.
Thank you so much. Once again, this will be heard again on 3rd reading, our 2nd meeting in May, if you'd like to come back for that as well. Thank you. Let's move on with the order of the day.